Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about some 1991 score errors. And oh my gosh, there is a lot of them there. So don't click away. There is a bunch of them here. There's like over 95 of them, something like that. There's a ton of errors in this set here. So 91 score, this is the third year they made them. I made an 89 score set of errors already. It's the third year. It's the first time they've ever separated it into two series. Of course, they make football too. We're only talking about the baseball set here today, of course. And score didn't do too well. They're really a junk wax. These boxes are incredibly easy to find for a pretty low price. So it comes in Series 1 and Series 2. So they're about 441 in the first set and then through 893 on the second set. And the second series, the first one doesn't really have a whole lot in it as far as like inserts. Well, inserts weren't really around in 91 that much. They were, but in the second series, they changed it up and they put some randomly inserted Mickey Mantle autograph cards. So that's pretty cool. Super hard to find. You'd probably have to buy 5 pallets of those cards those boxes just to find one of those cards. And I imagine there's probably still some out there, but that's a pretty cool card if you can get a hold of one. Now in the in this set, if you have a choice between buying Series 1 and Series 2, always go for that Series 2 just because of the Mickey Mantle. Notable cards in this set: Nolan Ryan, Barry Bonds come in at $1. That's it. High book value. So you can get them less for that. That's just the high book value of them. Mike Mussina rookie, $2.50. But the best one in the set is the Chipper Jones rookie. I'm looking at my audio here to make sure we're recording. It didn't work. This is the second time I've had to record this video. But Chipper Jones came in at $5. So those ones I pulled aside. The other ones I didn't really care about. All right. And so in the set of errors here, there's a ton of errors that are centered around stats not equaling. Like they didn't equal up correctly. And when you look at the bottom stats there, and there is, I don't know, like 15 or 20 of those. And so when I say stats don't equal correctly, that's what I'm talking about. And I don't know why they did that. And that was all in the first series, excuse me. And there's a lot more errors in the first one than the second one of the series. Just a ton of them. And they didn't correct any of them. Well, except for a couple of them. And I'll try and mention those as we go. They did correct them. Just a couple of them. So we'll talk about those. And I'm sure there's probably corrections they made that I didn't catch, but whatever. So we're going to start with number 4. Card number 4, Nolan Ryan. Well, we know who this guy is. Hall of Famer. Stats do not equal. Moving on. Brett Saberhagen, number 6. So in the biography, there's tons of spelling errors. And this one has the word missed with only one S. And did not correct it. Ricky Jordan, number 15, has league misspelt, L-E-G-U-E. There's 2 of those like that, where they misspelt league. All right, number 23, Donnie Baseball, Don Mattingly. Let's see here. So in the first line, it says Yankees. It's missing the apostrophe. It says the Yankees Class C leader, and just has an S on the Yankees without the apostrophe. And that was common. There's a few apostrophe errors. Moving on here, Dave Righetti, number 24. Stats do not total correctly. They don't add up. Oh, and that could be any of them. It's not necessarily the ERA or the games. It can be one of the others that just don't add up correctly. I don't know why. And there's a ton of those. Bip Roberts, number 28. In the narrative, it says he played, and they put it without the E. P-L-A-Y-D. Okay, I don't know why they did that. Has very poor quality control. Jay Howell, number 29. His stats do not add up. Dave Steve, number 30. His stats do not add up, and he had 17 wins, and he actually had 18 in one of the years. Okay, just got the wrong amount of wins on it. So there's a double error on that one. Tony Phillips, number 38. Date of birth wrong. Number 46, Mike Scott. This one. So the first line, it says, after being one of the most dominate pitchers in the NL. Well, it's dominating is what it should be. So just a spelling error. They did not correct that one. Danny Darwin, number 51. Stats do not add up. John Tudor, number 53. He had 41 wins in 1981. Well, he didn't. It was only 4. So kind of a nice mistake in his favor, but he was not that good. All right. Craig Grebick, number 69. He was born in Pennsylvania, not California, is listed on there. And we got Lee Smith, Hall of Fame pitcher, number 81. His totals do not add up. We skipped Mr. Bill Sampa, number 68. In the narrative, it says Along, A-L-O-N-G, when it should say just Long, L-O-N-G. So I'll throw up a scan of that one. All right, John Kruk, number 94. No decimal point in the batting average. So this is weird. Okay, so if you look at his batting average in the stats, of course, it always has the period before. Like, for instance, in 89, he hit 300. So it says .300. Well, in 1990 for the Phillies, he hit 291. So they did not put the decimal in that one. Just a strange one. All right, Cal Ripken, the Iron Man Hall of Famer, number 95. He was a genius, but definitely not a genius spelt it, because they spelt it wrong. Genuis. Number 109, Greg Harris. Pitches left, but the bio says right. So he's a lefty, not a righty. And the stats do not add up. That's a double error. Darrell Hamilton, 107. His bio on the back is for Jeff Hamilton. So a different Hamilton. I guess I can see why they made that mistake. All right. Juan Behringer, number 111. His stats do not equal correctly. Scott Sanderson, number 118. His stats do not equal correctly. Bill Swift, date of birth is wrong. That was number 123. Number 132, Don Paul. In 88, it said his ERA was 0.00. Well, that would be pretty amazing if he basically never let anyone score on him. But it's wrong, because he had 0 wins and 2 losses. So that was an error. I don't know what his correct one was. It doesn't matter. Charlie Huff, number 141. Stats do not total. Dave Stewart, number 150. Stats do not total. Dave Schmidt, number 156. Stats do not total. Jeff Reardon, number 164. These ones I hate. Okay, so his total innings pitched, like for his career, it says it was 943.2 innings. It was actually 943.1. So it's 0.2 instead of 1. Those actually bother me. Okay, so number 177, Bill Golickson. Stats do not total correctly. Sid Fernandez, number 180. He had 779 runs in 90 as a pitcher. That would be really unfortunate if that many people scored, but that was not correct. It was only 79. They added 700 more runs. Poor guy. I think he'd be let go after letting that many runs score on him. Junior Felix, number 203, says he's National League. He's American League. And that was in the bio. All right, Alejandro Pena, number 204. Stats do not total. Number 206, Tom Glavine, Hall of Fame pitcher, says he's a lefty. Okay, so that's not wrong, except the way it's spelled. Leftie, where it should just have a Y on the end. So I would have missed that one. So Dave LaPointe, number 218. His stats do not total. All right. So those were like a lot of green. See that okay, borders? We're going to head on down to the black borders now. Starting with Mr. Ken Anderson, number 224. This one's funny. So he is not flashy in the field is the second paragraph. Well, the mistake is the way they spelt flashy. They said flatchy. They put a CH instead of an SH. Well, they did come back and correct that one, actually. But the funny thing, besides the way they spelt it, the funny thing about that is, why would you put someone's bio, he was not flashy in the field? I'm like, I don't know. Doesn't seem very nice to me. All right, moving on here. Mike Boddicker, number 232. His stats do not total correctly. Bert Blyleven, Hall of Fame pitcher. His stats do not add correctly. That is number 235. Number 241, Larry Walker, just inducted, right? Hall of Fame. So he was born, it says he was born in Maple River in British Columbia. It's actually Maple Ridge, so they just got the name wrong on that. So that was Larry Walker, number 241. Number 249, Brady Anderson. He had 90 hits. In 90, he had 1 hit. He has actually 13 hits. And I did skip by Mr. Mitch Williams. Number 220, his ERA was 276, but it was actually 264. I don't remember what year it was, but they just got the wrong ERA on that one. All right, we're going to move on to Ted Power, number 255. His stats do not total correctly. Mike Devereaux, 258. So, in the birth city, where it has the city and state where he was born, is Casper, Wyoming. They forgot the comma between Casper and Wyoming. That one was corrected. That was number 258. The very next card, 259, is Brad Kominisk. And so in the narrative down the bottom, it says he had a 322 BA for batting average, obviously, but they didn't capitalize the A. It's a lowercase a. So, I mean, I guess it's an error, but it didn't seem like a big deal to correct that one, but it's still considered an error. Number 276, Mike Morgan. Innings pitched again. And he had 1,149.1 when it should have been 1,149. So they actually added 0.1 to that one. Kevin Seitzer, number 279. Okay, so it says he had 200 hits and batted over 300 2 and 4 times when it should have been 1 and 3. So they actually gave him more credit than he deserved on that one. Stan Javier, number 281. Born 1-9. He was actually born 9-1. So they just got the dates wrong on his birth date. Number 287, Steve Crawford. His stats do not add correctly. Number 289, Don Ossie. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. His stats do not add up either. Les Lancaster, number 293. He has no comma between Dallas and Texas, just like before. I have a corrected one here, so they did correct that one. Omar Vizquel, number 299. So his date of birth is incorrect. That's one of them. Okay, this one's funny. So in 1990, he played for the Mariners, and he played in .81 games. Well, of course, it's 81 games. They just put a point in front of it for some reason. That's kind of funny to say he played less than 1 game, but that was the mistake. It was uncorrected. Jack Doherty, number 309. He was born in July, not in June, as the narrative says. Bob Welch, part of my A's. His stats did not add up correctly. Let's see here. Eric Yelding, number 329. He was 5'11", not 6'3", as the narrative said. Frank Tanana, his stats did not add up correctly. That's number 328. 341, Mike Vatcher, rookie card. So we're going with these white borders now for all the rookie prospects and some of the other special cards that are part of the set. Number 341, it says his height was 6'9", when he was actually 5'9". Well, I'm pretty sure that'd be pretty easy to notice the difference there, but whatever. Jose Offerman, number 343. His date of birth is 68, not 69, as on the back there. So Jose Offerman, I want you to look at that there. You're going to see him come up on another card as an error, his name. Scott Champerino, number 352. He bats right, not left. That one was corrected, actually. Okay, number 353, Julio Valera. So it said in the narrative, it says that Julio progressed in rapid order. Well, they left out the R. It should be progressed, of course. Mark Lee, number 372. He hits left, but his bio says he's a righty. Okay, and this is one of my favorite ones. Okay, so it says he was born in Williston, Dakota. Well, last time I checked, there's not a state called Dakota. I'm serious. Go get a map. You'll see what I'm talking about. Actually, should be North Dakota. They blew it on that one. All right, number 373. Are you guys staying with me there? We're almost done with Series 1. So don't click away just yet. All right, Rosario Rodriguez, number 373. He bats left. Says righty. It should be left. Okay. Bobby Thigpen, number 418. Kind of this 1990 highlight card. Bobby Thigpen references a teammate on the back, Hal McRae. No, it's the whatever. Somebody who's playing against says Hal McRae. It was actually Brian McRae, not Hal. So that was the mistake there. Number 428, Eric Plunk. And on the very last sentence in the bio, it says Eric's had his best year in '88. Well, it should just be Eric, but they put Eric's with an apostrophe S. Kind of a weird one there. They didn't correct that one there. That's all of Series 1, okay? That's a ton of errors, and they only corrected a few of them. Now we're going to move on to Series 2. These are going to be a lot quicker, okay? I promise. These ones, to my knowledge, they did not correct a single one in Series 2. The only corrections were only a couple in Series 2, in Series 1. Let's move on. Vince Coleman. Remember Vince Coleman being famous for stolen bases there, even though he wasn't quite with Ricky Henderson at the time. All right, Vince Coleman, number 450. He led in steals 4 times, not 3 times, as it says in the back. Craig Worthington, number 503, mentions DeSenses. What's his name? Doug DeSenses. And I don't think I'm pronouncing that right, but it should be D-E DeSenses, not D-I, as it's misspelled on the back. Eric Hansen, number 486, probably my favorite error. So on the back it said that I think it's talking about his college years. Okay, so it's before baseball. It says that he played basketball. So like basketball, except with an extra E in there. And it seemed like I can think of another reference of basketball in a movie. Well, I can't think of it right now. But I don't think he played what they're talking about in the movie. I think they just misspelled it and they're careless there. But kind of a funny one. All right, so moving on here, Mark Eichhorn, number 504. They omitted his 89 stats with the Braves. They just left it off for some reason there. Ron Robinson, number 517. So in 1990, he had 577 strikeouts. No, that's not correct. I don't know what the corrected one there. I think it was only 57. They basically put an extra digit on there. He did not have that many strikeouts. Bob Welch going with some green border here. Got a little fancy card there with holding the ball. This is card number 68. It says compliment, but it's with a E instead of an I. So it's COMPLEMENT. So it's misspelled. Didn't correct it. Rick Cerrone, number 580. So it says in his second go-around with the Yankees. Well, it was actually his third go-around with the Yankees, was what it should be. Bob Walk, number 599. It said age 33. He was actually age 34. Delino DeShields, backing up a little bit to card number 545, said he played in the minors for Rockford. So 2 different words. Should be 1 word, Rockford. So they just made it into 2 words, whatever. All right, moving on here to Craig McMurtry, number 602. So it says anonymously, and it's misspelled. Did not run spell check. Had an I instead of a Y in the middle of it. Hal Morris, number 647, says it's I-T apostrophe S when it should only be I-T-S. It's. I'm not going to find it. Just take my word for it on that one. Number 659, Dan Bilodello. So it says he had 13 games, 1 hit, and 32 at-bats when it should be 19, 2, and 37 for that year. So they just completely got the wrong stats on that card. That was card number 659. All right, Reggie Harris. Card number 643. Okay, okay, another one of my favorite ones here. So it says he missed, I'm going to throw up a scan here, okay? It says he missed baseball because he got hepatitis. And they misspelled hepatitis. They put H-E-P-I-T-I-T-U-S instead of A-T-U-I-T-U-S, whatever. So they got the I instead of an A. And it's funny that they misspelt it, but I think it's even funnier that they put that on the card. It's like, poor guy, he's like, leave off the fact. I mean, just make up something. Say he got like a strain of a muscle, whatever. But no, they got hepatitis, and they misspelt it, and now it's an error card. Moving on to Doug Drabeck, number 661. They got these like animated like drawings here on the narrative. It says through, but they spelt it though. So they left the R off of it. Completely different word. Barry Larkin, also one of those animated cards. This is card number 666. 666. Now it says here that he is steady and coolly efficient. It's kind of a strange word to use, coolie, but whatever. It's a word, but it should have 2 L's. They put it with 1. Whoop-de-doo. I wouldn't have known the difference, but that was an error. All right, so Andy Van Slyke, card number 698, the Rifleman. So they said he's one of the best defensive outfielders in the game. True statement. But they put outfielders with an apostrophe S, so that simply doesn't make any sense. So that was the error there. White border cards, Dan Boone, number 715. Says innings pitched was 101.2, but it should only be 101. So kind of one of those innings errors. Rick DeLucia, number 728. So weird thing there. So it says, all told, Rich posted a combination of 12 and 9 records. So all told is 2 words. They just made it 1 word. Probably not something I really would have caught, but whatever. That was card number 728. 748, Omar Oliveras, misspelt league. Remember that on a previous card? They just can't seem to spell league. If you're making baseball cards, you should be able to spell league. Jose Canseco, number 690. This one's funny. So it says that he had Monmouth strength. Okay, so when talking about him hitting home runs there, he has Monmouth strength. Well, Monmouth is a city. What they should have said is mammoth strength there. So I'm not sure how they got those 2 confused, but whatever. It's an uncorrected error of Jose Canseco, one of my all-time favorite players, or it used to be my all-time favorite player. Sean Barry, number 764. Barry is on front, but it's with an A, and it should be with an E. And I'll show you on the back here, if you can see a focus there. It should be with an E. So that's the only error in the whole set where it has the error on the front of the card instead of the back. Mo Vaughn, number 750, had 44 stolen bases in 1990. And I'm going to throw up a scan of that one here, and I don't know what the corrected one of that. He didn't have 44 stolen bases. So Bill Doran, number 775, says that the Reds are in the National League East, but it's not correct. They're in a different division. Vizcaíno, Jose, number 787. So this one mentions his teammate Jose Offerman in the narrative. And I'm going to throw up a scan of this one too. Now it says Opperman. So they just put 2 P's instead of 2 F's in his name. And I think that was kind of funny. All right. 793, Sandy Alomar Jr. Well, I remember this guy. He was kind of a big prospect there. So it says, and this is card number 793. It says Indians with an apostrophe, and the apostrophe is in the wrong place. Whoop-de-doo. Let's move on here. Scott Ruskin, number 799. So this is funny. So I'm going to read to you in the first sentence here. It says, wouldn't you think that a first baseman outfielder who hit 355, 297, 301, and 292 in his first 3 minor league seasons would deserve a shot at the major leagues? Well, those aren't 3. So they got 4 seasons. Anyway, that was kind of funny there because it's so obvious that it's a mistake. But all right, Joel Skinner, number 809. So in the narrative, it says his father Bob was an outfielder who hit 277 in 12 major league seasons. Nonetheless, Bob was drafted way down in the 36th round in 79. Well, it should be Joel, not Bob. They kind of got his dad's name in there instead of his name there. So that's kind of a weird one. And Scott Erickson, number 812. They misspelled record. It should be R-E-C-O-R-D, but they just left out the E. R-C-O-R-D. All right, we have a Pat Tabler, number 812. In line 3 of the narrative, it says always, when it should be always. They just left off the S. All right, let's talk about another Hall of Famer here. A Hall of Famer that's famous for his defensive capabilities at shortstop and not so much for his offensive. You know what I'm talking about? This is the Wizard, Ozzie Smith, number 825. Mentions shortstop a few times in the narrative there, and one time it says shortsop. They left out the T there. That one's kind of a funny one. I got a scan for that one I'll throw up as well. John Marzano, number 831. So this one has international, but they left the T out, the second T that is. So it says international. I mean, it's just misspelled. All right, Randy Kutcher, number 837, says infectus when it should be talking about infectious. No, it's not talking about hepatitis, okay? It's actually a good thing. A hustling ball player whose love of playing baseball is infectious, or infectus as it's spelt on there. So it didn't correct that one. Frank Thomas, the Big Hurt, Hall of Famer, 840, has the name on the front. But this error says in Sarasota, he played 55 games, but it says 15 on the back. It should be 55, not 15 for games. All right. We got one more here. Number 869, Mr. Todd Zeal. Supposed to be the big hero to save the Cardinals, and he didn't do so. He was kind of a flop. I mean, he played for a while, but whatever. So on the back there, it says that he is a powerful hitter. so they left off the R in powerful and misspelt it. So kind of a funny one there. You know what? And I think there's maybe 3 in there that were actually corrected. That's what's so bizarre about the set. Just riddled with errors. A really bad set. Please don't run out and buy them. I'm wasting my money so you don't have to. Now, if you can get a hold of the series too and maybe pull a Mickey Mantle autograph, might make it worth your while, but not a big chance of that happening. So hope you guys enjoyed that. We're going to be doing some more errors. I hope there's not this many errors in other sets, or we're going to be have a work cut out for ourselves there. So I hope you didn't fall asleep. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.